everyone, and welcome back to Bacon. Also, welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon Evermore. We just got proposed to. Okay, stay with me tonight, or what do you want to do? Oh my goodness. I forgot we left it on this choice. Oh no. Stay with me tonight, or what do you want to do? I don't know. I really want to pick this one, but it might be too soon. I don't know. Oh no. He seems like he still wants to be out and about, like he's too nervous to go into her room. Let's choose the more innocent choice, because I have a weird feeling that that's probably going to be the correct decision. But I asked what you wanted to do. And now I'm asking you. Relationships are give and take, after all. I don't care what we do. I just want to spend more time with you. I want to catch up for the lost time. Then come spend time with me in my room. Oh, so she invites him in anyway. Are you sure? I look at him quizzically. Yes, it is just my room, not some hidden secret chamber. This isn't Harry Potter. I nudge him playfully as I open the door. I call on servants to make some warm tea for us and set it down on the table when it arrives. Rod looks uncharacteristically nervous. I wonder why. I notice he glances everywhere but at my bed. This should not be so awkward. Yes, it should be. This is very awkward. I decide to break the silence. So, how are your sword practices going? I shake my head when Rod startles. You didn't think I'd forget, do you? No, there's just been so much in my mind I forgot. He picks up his teacup and gingerly sips at the steaming liquid inside. They're going well. Not so well I would want to challenge anyone to a sword fight, but I'm getting better at least. He looks at me seriously. Someday I'll be able to protect you. Aw, Rod, I have magic. I can protect myself. You tell him. I know, but I don't, and I want us to be able to protect each other. He exhales softly. I'm sorry again for keeping those practices a secret. I just wanted to surprise you. How am I meant to celebrate your successes if I do not know what you've been doing? Rod nods. That's a fair point, but I told you I wasn't going to keep any more secrets, and I mean it. I'll hold you to it. Maybe I will even come watch you practice. Rod flushes. I wouldn't recommend that. The two of us continue to talk until our tea is depleted. By that time, my body is heavy with exhaustion, and all I want to do is sleep. Invite him to take a nap with you, or to sleep the night. To just sleepity sleep. It is late. I should go now. The moment Rod stands, I take his hand. She gonna do it? Lucette. I would like for you to stay with me tonight. He stares at me. I would like to hold you tonight. The words make heat pool in the core of my stomach, but I continue speaking. I would just like to sleep next to you. It's been so long since I've seen you. I'm here to stay now. I know, but... Rod squeezes my hand with a gentle smile. I want to stay with you tonight and whenever you'll have me. And I'll do... So that was the correct choice. I had a feeling. Whatever you're comfortable with. Whatever I'm comfortable with. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I stand, and before he can react, pull him toward the bed. Seductress unlocked? Lucette. I fall backwards. Rod topples over me. For a few moments, the two of us lay there staring at each other, feeling each other's rapid heartbeats through our palms. Then I kiss him. Uh-oh. A soft kiss at first, but then a deeper one. An intoxicating heat floods my body, and I let the feeling carry me away as Rod leans into me, trailing kisses down my lips to my collarbone. He pauses, breathless. I love you, Lucette, with all my heart. I love you too, Rod. After a time, all the kisses blur together. The last thing I'm aware of as I fall asleep is Rod's body curled around mine. Oh my. Saucy. The news of our engagement spreads quickly. Now that we all know Rod and I will be married in the future, his lessons with the king and knights resume again in earnest. The two of us still have a long way to go before we are ready for marriage, but now, finally, the path is cleared, and I plan to enjoy every moment walking with Rod. We have a bright future ahead of us, for Rod and I, but also for our kingdom. Wait, what? I was about to be like, that can't be the end. There's one more chapter. The vow. 4 months have passed since Rod proposed to me. Since then, the two of us have been working tirelessly to prepare ourselves for the future. Father does not plan on stepping down immediately after we marry, but I know the day is fast approaching and I do not want to make Father wait. Do they get married in their story? Today, Father and I are discussing scenarios I will have to face as a ruler. This specific situation is a dispute between two parties. This sort of thing happens frequently, most often between businessmen. Most will request an audience and ask for advice. He tilts his head. Tell me, as a just and unbiased ruler, what would your primary tactic be? First, I would allow both parties to argue their side. If it was obvious which was the offending party, I would offer a solution based on the laws which they already know. And if it wasn't obvious, then I would seek the opinion of the council and call on witnesses to testify. Father looks at me for a moment, his expression unreadable. I force myself not to waver as I stare back at him. And then he smiles and I feel myself cave with relief. An excellent answer. I release a sigh I did not realize I was holding. I must sound exasperated because Father laughs. You always have such a serious look on your face. Speak for yourself. I feel like I'm always trying to prove myself in a courtroom during these lessons. Excellent. This is exactly the atmosphere I want these lessons to have. Thanks, Dad. He leans forward. It is essential to master a neutral expression to keep your emotions hidden from others. It is difficult to appear unbiased if one openly wears their emotions. He shakes his head. Truthfully, I think you already have that part down. Rod, on the other hand, he needs to learn to stop scowling. Rod is good at keeping secrets, but his scowl can be intimidating. You both have your strengths. I eye the crown on his head and sigh. As of right now, I cannot imagine bearing its weight. But I still have much to learn. So do we all. Learning is an endeavor that never ends. Rod would scream if he heard you say that. He despises all the lessons. They are indeed one of the most frustrating parts of court life. Every time I become frustrated with my lessons, I think of the ones Ophelia and Emmeline were forced to take when they first came here. I remember the lessons I helped Emmeline with. I remember her perseverance. And after that, I am motivated again. It helps to know we are all suffering together. Misery loves company, as they say. The king stands, stretching his arms out before him. But it is also important to take a reprieve from that misery so that we may face the next day with renewed motivation. You ought to go and rest now, Lucette. You have earned a break. Thank you, Father. I slide out of my chair. Thank you for... I think of his trust in me, of his acceptance and happiness, of my relationship with Rod. Thank you for everything. My father shakes his head. You owe me no gratitude, but I do owe you my thanks. I am flabbergasted when he bows before me. What? You two trusted me with your secret, even when I did not deserve to be trusted. Aww, Father. I am speaking the truth, nothing more. You could have turned away from me, Lucette. You had every right to give up on me as your father. Thank you for acknowledging this. But you decided to give me a chance to rectify things, and for that I will always be grateful. He leans over to kiss my forehead. Good night, Lucette. I return his warm smile with one of my own. Good night, Father. I reach out to give him the briefest of hugs before curtsying and walking from the room. Rod is waiting for me outside. The moment I exit, he falls into stride beside me. How did your lesson go? It went well. I apologize for making you wait so long. You wait for me after horrendously long lessons, and I wait for you after horrendously long lessons. It seems only fair. Besides, I just got back from Em's room. And how did she like your gift? Well, a week ago, Emmeline had announced she was going to visit Brigantia for the first time. After officially receiving permission from the king to court Emmeline, Lance had started visiting monthly. He has come and gone 4 times already. On his most recent visit, he asked Emmeline to accompany him for a month-long visit to Brigantia. The moment Rod found out, he insisted he make her something that she could take with her to make her feel more at home. Knowing how fond she was of Sebi, he came to me and asked if I could help him make a small plush toy for her. Rod is extremely earnest and does his best at everything, but... And you stitch the ears like this. Rod looks at me aghast. I don't understand. What don't you understand? Any of it. I can't even see the shape of the ears. Am I even doing this right? You are doing fine. You just need to tighten the stitches so the ears do not come off. But where even are the ears? You have been working on them this entire time. He really is helpless at this. When Rod continues to have difficulties pulling the thread through, I gently take the plush from him. Watch and learn. He flushes as I lean over his shoulder to work, carefully looping the thread a couple more times before I tie the knot. I continue working with him for the next 10 minutes, carefully guiding his hands through the stitches. It's so cute. There, all done. Doing little projects together. The disappointment is evident on his face when he holds up the plush. It's terrible. It's nowhere near as cute as the plush you made me, but she's also been technically doing it on and off for years. To be fair, I have a lot more experience, see? But this was such a simple design. I can tell you, as having been a costumer before and still technically today, though it's been a little while since I've touched a needle, even simple, super basic stuff can be so much more complicated than it really should be when you first try to make things. It just takes practice, I promise. Rod sighs. It really is terrible. It is not. Also, we are talking about Emmeline. She cannot possibly dislike anything you give her. I think it is very cute. If you say so. He sets the plush down on the table with a sigh. She is only leaving for a month, you know. That's how it began with me too, you remember? I didn't think I'd be gone that long, but then months passed and... His eyes split to mine. I made you wait for so long. That's all in the past. You're here now. That is what matters. I leaned down to plant a kiss on his head. Besides, even if Emmeline does end up staying longer, I know she would not fail to write letters letting us know when she would be back. I said I was sorry about that. I know. I just like to see you blush. Aww. You are the worst. He smiles when he says it. He turns his gaze to the plush toy. I just want Em to have this piece of home, no matter how long she's gone. I pat the little plush on the head. She's going to love it. I flash Rod a teasing smile. Will you make me a plush toy when we get married? Rod scowls. You deserve something much nicer than whatever this is. I pick up the small plush. I thought you liked challenges, or are you afraid you'll never be as good as me? Rod narrows his eyes. Fine, then I'll make something for you. I could never say no to one of your requests. What he means is that he will never back away from a challenge. I will never not find his determination inspiring. I lean over his shoulder and plant a kiss on his cheek. I'll look forward to it. Em had tears in her eyes when I gave it to her. At first I thought it was because the plush was so ugly it made her cry. I cannot help my laughter. Right? And that wasn't the case, was it? No, she kept telling me how much she adored it. I told you she would love it. I open the door to my bedroom when we arrive. Rod's expression crumbles as we enter. It feels like so much is happening all at once with Emily, but things are moving so slowly on my end, with us. He looks crestfallen as he slides into my desk chair. I'm sorry you have to wait so long for our wedding. Where is this coming from? Emmeline is not getting married. No, but the two of them still feel like they're taking more active steps toward the future than I am. Rod, you know I am not in a hurry. You have the rest of your lives together, come on. In fact, I am glad we get to walk this path together without rushing. We are not lacking for time, and I want to enjoy the here and now. Rod shakes his head. I'm so accustomed to worrying about the future, it's strange to just focus on the present. But it is not unenjoyable. I would hope not. I like to think I can make the present very... Girl? Every moment I spend with you is enjoyable. He pauses, suddenly looking thoughtful. After a few moments, he stands, expression suddenly somber. Actually, I've been thinking. If all we can ever control is the present, then... I am sitting on the bed when Rod walks across the room to take my hand. Rod? I want to make my vow to you, here and now. Ooh, that is a little unusual. Our whole love story has been a little unusual, don't you think? He holds out a hand. Can I have your ring? Our fingers brush as I hand him the ring, and I flush as he kneels down before me. I promise to make it better for our wedding, but I'd like to make a vow to you tonight as well. You're not allowed to tease me for this, okay? I nod, smiling. Rod gently takes my hand. He holds the ring in his other. Even though I know that this is not the real thing, not even a rehearsal, My heart trembles with anticipation. Lucette, I did not know the meaning of true love until I met you. I had never known what it meant to give someone my heart until we met. But now, you have it. You have me in all of my entirety. I want to stay by your side for the rest of our lives. Though our paths diverged in the past, I will make sure they remain intertwined in the future. I never want to leave you alone. Not again. He takes a deep breath as he slides the ring onto my finger. My eyes are glistening with tears when he brings my hand to his lips and kisses my knuckles. So cute! I will love you forever and always, Lucette. I grip his hand tightly, pull him toward me. I love you too, Rod, and I will proudly proclaim it for the rest of the world to hear. Rod smiles. It is such a gentle, beautiful smile. No more secrets. Never again. Rod cups my cheek, brushing a stray tear from my eye as he presses his lips to mine, a seal to our promise. I pull Rod closer, closer, until we are lying together on the bed, our limbs entangled, my face pressed into his chest. It's so cute, I can't even read. I will always love you, Rod, forever and always. I'm not crying, you're crying. Was that the end? Okay, no. I wake to bright morning sunlight seeping into my room. Wait, when did I fall asleep? I blink dazedly and try to turn, but then I feel the arms around my waist and gasp. Good morning. Hello? Rod's voice is a sleepy mumble as he pulls me closer. I can feel his bare chest through the thin fabric of my nightgown. My stomach is suddenly filled with butterflies. Right, last night Rod made his vow and then well, it somehow turned into this. Okay, Lucette? Well, what? I can feel a smirk against my skin. Are you embarrassed? I do like that CG, though. I am not. He's very pretty. I also like her hair down like that. It's very pretty. Rod laughs against my skin. He presses a soft kiss to the nape of my neck. I should sleep shirtless more often. It's nice to see you so flustered for a change. Okay, so they didn't do that, but still. Okay, no one think I'm a creeper for this, but where are his nipples? Because I didn't see any before the screen came up either. What? No complaints? Must I kiss you to get you to stop talking? Maybe that was my goal all along. Who knew he could be so playful? I turn to face him and, as promised, press a kiss to his lips. Rod's returning kiss is sleepy, warm. He touches his forehead to mine and whispers softly, I love you, Lucette. I love you too. Rod nuzzles his face into my neck. I run my hand through his hair. I marvel, not for the first time, that we are finally here, together. Just for a little longer. Let's stay like this. I nod as I press my lips to his forehead. We have all the time in the world, Rod. Once, I wish I could live my life openly loving Rod. It turns out, with perseverance and hard work, that dream was more than possible. Wow, that was a really short chapter. Is that the end? And their love lasted forevermore. It was the end. That was a short chapter, though. Oh, it was super cute. I loved that route so much more than the other guys. Ugh. Oh, I loved it. It was so cute. Oh. I guess I could technically skip the credits, but I don't want to. Not yet. I want to see the special Rod parts. Okay, not those special Rod parts, you perverts. Oh, yeah, he's sleepy. Oh. So cute. That was nice. Like I mentioned at the beginning, it was like a balm to the soul to get over the toxicity of you-know-who. Ugh. Aww. I also enjoy that the last kiss we saw on the route was a shut up kiss, since that seems to be their thing. It would have been nice to have seen more just romantic kisses, but I do like that that's kind of their thing. That's adorable. And that's a yellow gem that he used, right? Like her eyes? Okay. Alright, so tomorrow is going to be the start of Klaude's route. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I am Bacon. If you liked this video, feel free to like the video. If you liked me, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, share, all that lovely stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!